Greetings and welcome to another Treggyz video. Today I got a notification about this the other day. Uh, Twitch is doing a yearly recap thing, and even though I haven't really been streaming and stuff for a full year, I figured it'd still be kind of fun to look at some stats and numbers and stuff. So I figured I'd do that today because it just the full personalized recap is finally out today. So let's take a quick look, shall we? Thanks. Just before I do start looking at it, though, thanks everyone for once again watching and subscribing recently. It's very nice to see that stuff always. So I already kind of like half scrolled down. I'll just press start. Let's see what happens. Okay, I guess it just scrolls down for you. So this is from the creator's perspective. So I guess I have 2.11k hours watched, 116 total streams, 5 categories, which is like mainly WoW, of course. I know I streamed Palia for a little while. I know I played Diablo for a second on stream, but I don't remember what the other two games were. So I should know it. Oh, I do know what the other two games were. I did that VR horror stream back at the end of October. And after the first game, I swapped the category once, and then I left it on that like second game the entire rest of the night, even though I played 5 or 6 games. I made 371 clips, a lot of which, quite a few of them have been turned into YouTube short content in some degree. My top stream reached 18 viewers. I think that was back at some point when we were streaming Mythic Sarkras Progress. So pretty proud of that. Is that really in my channel, or is that me sending chats? Because that, like, I spend a decent amount of time on Twitch. I'm not so sure I've sent that many chats personally, but I'm gonna assume maybe that's like lifetime chats on my channel, maybe. But even then, that still seems a little high, but I'm not so sure. Yep. Like I said, World of Warcraft, top 10% of streamers, I guess. Is that what that's showing? Raven's starting to get in on this reaction. And again, like I said, Palia. I got into the closed beta, like, launch for Palia, and it was streamable, so I did do that. And I've recently updated Palia, and I wanted to kind of like play it again because I haven't played it in a while. Like, I kind of just kind of getting like a vibe for like kind of like a casual, relax game. Excuse me. So might happen. And I also played, like I said, I mainly played Sharon Room was like the game I played most on my my VR horror stream I did. But then again, when I swapped games, this Cosmotard was the second game I played, and I never bothered to change the category again afterward. Raven, you're very persistent today. I'd like to just sit and hold you without you clambering onto my desk. So, but yeah, so it's like it should really be flipped around. This should be like number one, and then I think the other game I played the most that again isn't even going to be on here will be The Exorcist Legion VR or something or other. I can't remember the exact full name of that game, but my top 3 tags: Warrior, World of Warcraft, and English. All right, seems about right. And here's my emote usage, I suppose. I'm curious how many of these was just me, because it was me like playing around with the emotes. I could definitely thank Zith. I know he jumps into my stream here and there, and he definitely uses this emote a ton, so I'm not sure if he watches me on YouTube as well, but thanks, Zith, for being a big contributor to that. Here's obviously my clip of me dying in hardcore, at least like my one semi-serious warrior that was supposed to go all the way, but didn't quite make it out of Dead Mines. I did Dead Mines the dungeon. I made it out of that version just fine, but the actual open world version of the Dead Mines I did not make it out of. So yeah, I could go ahead and watch this clip. It's been a minute since I've last watched it. So again, like we had just finished a Dead Mines run, no issues, no one died, etc. We were in the clear. We all had quests to turn in, but we decided to turn around and go to that undead section of the open world Dead Mines cave. And what happened is we got about 4 steps into it, and then suddenly all the mobs just like started mass respawning on us. So, and then obviously what follows is indeed what happens. So,
I gotta save Treggyz.
Just run.
My problem is I have
We all out?
So
at this point, I was really half hoping that like this stuff was going to start to reset, because it's like, okay, we haven't really cleared anything else behind us, and we have literally like eight undead guys chasing us, and now we have to start running through the actual like elite mobs in this section, like the normal Defias elites, as well as a ton of these minor / digger guys.
They're still coming. They're still coming.
Yeah, I know. I gotta heal you.
I got a pot.
There was my pot.
which way are we going?
Maybe actually,
I don't have a pot.
big doubt, but if I had a real like level 15 healing pot, maybe it would have been just enough to keep me alive. Because in this clip, no one else died, and my goal essentially, like when this was happening, I just full kind of turned around and I was full focused on trying to keep threat. So at the very least, like we ended up stopping playing like this specific set of characters anyway. So it it didn't really matter in the long run that I like saved everyone else to some degree, but yeah, I knew playing the tank in hardcore, there's always the risk that you're gonna be the one to die when you happen to just get like an unlucky crit on you or something, right? So I was prepared to die on this character. Let's be honest, and I definitely I followed through with that, I guess, promise. So rest in peace once again to dearly departed human warrior Treggyz. He was a true hero. Bonus achievements, like I said, I just started streaming. Like I streamed a couple of times in the past, but it was like, I did like 2 League of Legends streams, 10 years ago and stuff that no one ever watched. And, I did stuff like that. Like I barely ever, like it might have been like a 5-second fantasy or goal to go like start streaming, and I never followed through with it. Whereas this time around, I definitely did stick around to it, and I unlocked affiliate, which is literally the ability to make money, of course, on Twitch. Not a whole lot, but it's enough to keep me going, and definitely kind of like interested. Like, there's a financial incentive to keep streaming. So 14,080 channel points spent. Seems a little low. Again, I'm not sure if this is like on my channel or what, but I'm gonna assume so. So it's like my total lifetime followers, subs, and gifted subs. And pretty happy with my progress. My only goal when I started streaming was to get to affiliate. And I guess now my goal is, of course, to get to Twitch partner. Even though it's still, like, in a manner of speaking, it's so far off, it doesn't even matter. And I'm kind of in, like, a period of, like, what do you want to call it? Like, relaxed drive to get to partner. But again, it's like, it's still so far off some of the goals. I think, although I've already like hit every single goal to become a partner in every way except for the fact that I need to have an average of 75 viewers within the last month of streaming, which is a little far off considering my top stream my top viewer stream has been only 18 so far. So, and I did a few raids here and there. A few shout outs received for raiding. Here's all my top fans. It's mainly friends lurking. So here's Beck, one of my guildies in WoW. Here's Haley, one of, like, admittedly not a friend of mine, but definitely like one of my first real viewers that like watched a YouTube video and then came over to my Twitch channel. So that's pretty cool. Tavers, Zand, Guildie and Wa. Zand's a guildie of mine over in Evade. Ex of Rockalypse is just a big watcher. I haven't actually seen their name pop up in chat. Although I think they got gifted a gift sub. Other Cole, I wonder who that is. Longtime buddy of mine. Martek, guildie in both my guilds. Belden, my tank, and I was gonna say my other tank. I'm not really tanking anymore though in Evade. And then Ace. Guildie in both my guilds, somewhat. I don't know if I necessarily need that, but I don't know if I want to be in like a big mass stream thing, but this is still cool. Oh god, it's a bit cursed that this crappy milk emote is on my top thing. I'm still pretty proud of what I've done this year, you know. Let's do a community recap, just for fun. Let's see what this might be this is gonna be like an overall Twitch community thing. So obviously I'll be a part of this 502,000 new affiliates. Obviously I'm not a partner yet. I would like to be a partner, but it's still a very far off goal, so I'm not worried about it in the slightest. I've definitely seen, I think, all of these emotes before, but I don't think I've actually seen. Like, I know the Kek emote, of course, but I don't think I've ever seen this version of the Kek emote. But apparently, it's a top 5 emote. 49.65 billion chats. Not too bad. Oh, I'm curious if there's going to be something. I'm really gonna assume there won't be anything bad on here. I don't actually think I'm gonna watch any of these clips. The old top streamers for NA, Kai Kanat, XQC, Tarek. I don't think I've ever seen that name before, but apparently he's a top streamer. Hassan and Summit. Like, I know all these other guys somewhat. I've only ever watched, admittedly, XQC and I want to say way back in the day Summit streams. So I've never really watched any of these other guys, but I'm aware of who they are. In Latin America, it's gonna be the exact same thing. It's like I've seen this guy that's like a top thing, but I've never seen any of these other names before. Just there's not much reason for me to watch Latin American streams. The same thing down here. I've seen this guy in like the top streams and Quinn. I didn't know he was Asia Pacific streamer, but I guess it's because he's like, is he New Zealand or Australian? Oh god, I don't want to upset someone from either of those two regions by saying the wrong thing, but I'm guessing that's why he's there. Middle East and Africa, which I imagine is going to be mainly Europeans and stuff. So I don't, like, to be brutally honest, I don't know any Middle Eastern or African streamers. And even in this one, I actually don't, like, I've seen this guy once in like the top, like top recommended channels or something one day. But other than that, I've never seen these other people here. And that's not me like saying anything bad, just, just I don't really like watch a ton of like I don't actually sit and watch like a ton of variety channels on Twitch. I usually kind of like stick to my handful of streams I do watch, and that's it. And even in the last year, I kind of admittedly have stopped watching as much streams. I've focused more so on streaming. And here, let's do a viewer experience. So 953 hours watched. I think, admittedly, a lot of that is going to be like lurking and hunting for Twitch drops at the start of the year. 189 days visited. It's going to be, of course, I watched a shit ton of WoW. I watched a lot of Overwatch because, again, I was hunting for drops at the start of the year. Diablo, same thing. And then Teamfight Tactics. I was on also, I believe, was that a drop? Or was it, I did have like I kind of wanted to do it on stream, but I got into Teamfight Tactics at like, around the time I started streaming. I was actually playing a decent amount of Teamfight Tactics. I never got too far in ranked. I think I made it to, like, I only played like a couple of days of ranked. I made it to like silver 3 or something. Like, it not, I didn't put enough time into to climb, but I played a decent amount of it this year. Then Warhaven was a game that came out this last year that I had fun with, but it kind of fell off. It's sort of like a For Honor clone that isn't. It wasn't quite as fun as For Honor was, so I wanted to keep playing it, kind of like committing to it, but it kind of just. This is gonna be me spamming my own emotes, like the old Treggyz Chuvness, my Colterian Death Knight thing I made. I didn't really make it. I was just I put this into the like Twitch. You can make your own emotes as a creator. I put it into Twitch, and you can just like kind of have like an easy animate thing, and that's like what the product of it. And I'm still really happy with that. Yeah, see, like I was thinking, like, is that going to be chats I sent, or is that for my channel? So the other one makes a little more sense, even though still it's like, man, I had 6.5 thousand chats in my channel. That's kind of crazy, but 126 chats from me. I'm kind of a big lurker, admittedly. So I was gonna say, I imagine that's a channel point thing, but it's not giving me an actual number. Because I know during, like, at the very least, during this last World of Warcraft Race to World First, there was on the Echo stream, they did like a big ball thing. I can't remember the exact joke, but it was funny, and it was just like, yeah, screw it, I'll just spend all my channel points, contribute to the balls or whatever. It was like giveaway build up thing. And I contributed towards 3 hype trains, which I feel like that's maybe a little low, but I guess this was a year where I was sort of poorer this year than any other year before, so I definitely wasn't like subscribing to a lot of channels or donating bits to anyone. Top Twitcher category champion, Chatty Chatter. I'm not so sure about that. Can't really click on it for any specific things, but got a chat badge. Cool, I'll take it. Oh yeah, so yeah, here's going to be the stats. Like, I spent a lot of time watching Race to World First this year. I mainly kind of watch the Echo Esports channel because, like, I really enjoy Preach on the cast. Like, they have very good casters over on the Echo channel. So it's going to be my preferred thing. Although, like, I think Max's, like, as like an actual raid point of view, I think Max has like a far better stream than any of the Echo guys combined. Obviously, I watched a good bit of Dratnos here and there. I haven't really watched Odd One in a while, but I guess I did. Like, I recently went back and watched some VODs of his. He's an old school kind of like League of Legends streamer, and I actually went back and watched some of his VODs earlier on in the year. 'Cause I was playing what's that game called? They Are Billions, and I remember I watched Tim play that game way back when it came out. It's a zombie survival RTS kind of game where quite literally you start off with like a simple human colony, and then you kind of have to at some point, and after a certain amount of days in the game, you just get swarmed with every single zombie on the map, as well as like additional waves. So you kind of have to just hold out for like a huge swarm of zombies. It's not quite literally billions, sadly, though. It's only like maybe on the highest difficulties, maybe 1,000,000 or so, but it's still like your screen gets filled with zombies, and it's kind of intense. And then Kaif's sort of my personal favorite streamer. He kind of stopped streaming on Twitch though this year, so he wasn't quite in the running to be on the top streams watched, because he started streaming on YouTube instead primarily. And I guess that's going to be the kill clip for Rock, which I've seen in the past. What is wrong with you? Are you trying to get? Do you want to see your recap as well? Because you're all over me today. But yeah, I suppose that's my my Twitch recap. It'd be really nice if there was I'd love to see a YouTube creator recap. I'd love to look at that as well. I have no idea though. So, I guess for now, I will let everyone go. And hopefully, once again, thanks everyone for subscribing. Hopefully, if you watched this to this point, hopefully you're considering subscribing as well. I would say my only remaining goal for the year as a creator is to get to 100 subs on YouTube. That would be a fun goal, I think, because I'm very close. So, suppose I could see if it's going to happen. Yeah, I'll let everyone go. Keep it. I don't know what to say at the end of something like this. It wasn't quite a real react. I feel like I was more reacting to Raven jumping around than the actual thing, but still some fun stats here and there. Hopefully everyone likes it to some degree, and I will catch you guys around. Thank you for watching and all that good stuff. See you around.